Good morning, everyone. Hi, Willow. Say hi, Willow. We're here live at Goats with Horns Animal Sanctuary and Real-Time Rescue. Good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, depending on where you are in the world. Speaking of that, I think it's also daylight savings time. Fun fact, we are located in a part of the Sonoran Desert of Arizona that does not participate in the time change. So when y'all spring ahead and fall back, we just stay the same time always. So I hope you're enjoying your extra hour of sleep. If you're anywhere else that does time changing, hi, Willow. So I'm here at the sanctuary. We're winding down with some morning chores, finishing up some things. I wanted to show you guys what Johnny's been working on. We talked lately a lot about the flooding and the berm building and all the dirt we've had to have delivered. Hi, Esperanza. Hold on, I just want to show what Johnny's doing real quick. So see how the dirt here kind of creates a little hill so that when we get flood irrigation or extreme storms, because um, we are prone to getting flash flooding at times. We don't want that water to go in the covered area. It was a stressful disaster when that happened a couple of weeks back. So Johnny has been organizing the berms for a long time, and last weekend he brought a bunch of local animal activists together to scoop and shovel another 5 tons of dirt. That's our second 5-ton load. Good morning, Johnny. So there he is, just working on that. And afterwards, we're going to kind of wet it down to kind of keep it compacted. So over time, the cows, the goats, everybody kind of tramples over the dirt and it gets flattened out. So it's one of those things that we have to kind of constantly, do a little bit of work on until that dirt gets really compacted. So that's what he's doing now. And I'm walking around saying hi to everybody. We got Miss Esperanza, the sweetest girl. Oh, mama. Yes, if you're new here, you might not know everybody's story, but we are a sanctuary, so we didn't go buying any of these animals. We don't breed them. We also, don't use them for anything. We don't shear the sheep and, take their wool because we're trying to make a sweater. We get them sheared so that they'll be comfortable in the extreme hot temperatures. And we don't, impregnate our cows so that they can produce breast milk for people that drink cow's breast milk or use cow's breast milk, products like dairy. But they're here. They're like pets, like our little family members, our fur babies. So everybody has their own story. And there are times when myself or Karen, our other live streamer, or sometimes we have guest appearances with other volunteers, and we kind of go through and talk about some of the animals' stories and where they came from. Some of them have overcome a lot of, abuse or trauma, whereas others, are lucky enough to have had a great life and just, maybe their owners fell into some hard times or some extenuating circumstances happened where they needed to find a new home for them. Hi, Bruno Mars. Hi, Clyde. And Elvis is the guy on the other side of the fence, flapping his wings over there. So usually Esperanza and Elaine eat together in here. They were done. And so I needed to use this stall because we don't have enough stalls for everybody. So we have to rotate the animals. So I, tried to get Elaine and Esperanza out. You saw me petting Esperanza over there. She dashed right out, but Elaine was saying, I don't want to come out. And so I went ahead and let Gilbert in so he could get his supplemental feed. And now she's in the corner like, oh man, I should have made a run for it when I had my chance. But in a couple of minutes here, I will try to get them both out. He had his little, let me see if I, he had his little bowl here. So at our latest vet appointment, 2 of our goats Gilbert and Rapunzel are both a little underweight. So we're giving them some sweet feed, some supplemental feed, some hay pellets so that they can, put on a little extra weight. Let me see if he'll let me give him a little booty scratch. I'm going to scoot back. So if he wants to run away, he can. We don't, force our animals to be pet. Some of them like to be pet. Some of them are, too shy or, traumatized. So Sven's coming around, but he's still very shy because of his past. So every once in a while, I give him a little pet, just so he knows. And, not all humans are horrible. I'm no humans here are going to hurt him and abuse him and, do terrible things to him, like maybe happened in his past before his kind neighbors at the property he was living at came in and saved him and Elaine's life. So yeah, we're kind of, like I said, kind of winding up here. Everybody's had their supplemental feed, their hay. Here's Rapunzel, our other goat that was looking a little skinny, so she got a big bowl of sweet feed. And something about Rapunzel is that she's a very sassy goat. She does not believe she's a goat. She thinks she's a human. And so she, instead of trying to find her place in the hierarchy with the goats, she wants to assert her dominance over humans. That's why she gets to eat in a stall so that she doesn't, come at us. Yes, sassy. And lately her gate is not latching properly. So now we have a padlock on it so that if she pushes on it, she still stays in there. Luckily, she doesn't have to live in there. The only animals that actually live in stalls are the ducks. Everybody else comes out. We just have them separated, as I was saying, for food purposes, for eating purposes, for everybody's on, different supplements or medicines, and we got to make sure that they get it. So yeah, that's a little rundown. If you're new here, just kind of some things about us. Goats with horns, animal sanctuary. Let's go maybe say hello to Princess. First we have piggies, Zeus and Julio. I don't know if you can see all the way against that blue section of the mural. See that little blackish gray lump? That is Shy Guy Julio. And then with the polka dots and the happy tail swishing, that is Zeus. Oh, hi, Willow. I was just going over to say hi to Princess. We'll say hi to you too. Hi, sweet girl. Hi. Give her a little booty scratch. I feel like some animals, they have their favorite spots to be pets. Like my cats, they all love when you rub their head. And one of my boy cats really likes me to rub his chest. Whereas Willow and her brother, they both just, the goats really tend to enjoy these little booty scritches, just like you would like scratch a dog right above their tail. Just do it to some of the goats too. They really like it. Huh. Can we go say hi to old lady Princess, see how her limp is doing? It is getting cooler now that we're in November, and the cold can kind of be a little rough on the joints, but she's walking smooth. She's doing good. She had her pain pills this morning. Doing pretty good, huh, Princess? So just next week, next Saturday is our bingo. Oh, hang on. I just saw the Tamara's on here. Oh, and she said she can't hear me. I'm really glad that you're here. I'm not sure why you can't hear me. I don't know if I'm being too quiet or, sometimes we get technical difficulties. So hopefully maybe if you watch a replay later, we'll be able to hear what's going on. But I was just talking about bingo next Saturday, once a year. Every once in a while, I think we've done it twice a year, but it's usually in the fall, right after Halloween. We have a bingo and pumpkin smash event. And that's basically where, we ask that anybody bring, if they happen to used pumpkins for Halloween, maybe carved them or just had them sitting around the house or on their porch, as long as they're, unpainted and unbleached, they can bring those pumpkins here so that we can feed them to the animals. And if you don't have pumpkins, that's okay. But another thing is that sometimes big organizations might use a lot of pumpkins for like a big event. Like there's been a time in the past where a local church has had like a harvest night kind of festival on Halloween, and after Halloween they don't need their 20 pumpkins anymore. So we've had some people go to pick up pumpkins, and then we don't feed them all at once because that'll be way too much fiber, it'll upset everybody's tummy. We learned that the hard way. But we then can give everybody a couple pumpkins a day, kind of smash them up and divide it, chop up some into little tiny pieces so everybody gets some. And it's our fundraiser too. We play bingo. So everybody that comes, it's a $15 charge, and that 100% of that goes all to the animals. We are a nonprofit. Hi, Peanut. Let's see if Peanut wants a little booty scritch. And and so then you get a bingo card, so you can play bingo if you want, which I highly recommend. It's super fun, and we always have great prizes and have some plant-based snacks. Hopefully somebody's able to get the cotton candy machine up and running, and maybe popcorn. And I've heard from a few volunteers, even Karen, our other live streamer that you might know. She's making a couple really good recipes that you won't want to miss if you're local. If you're not local, you're still invited if you ever make the trip out here. And you're always welcome if you did feel inclined or moved or motivated to give a donation. You can do that. We have several links in the description box. You can sign up on Patreon to sponsor a specific animal or just give a general donation. And then we also have like our Instagram and Facebook accounts linked. So if you want to see more from us, follow us, and all that good stuff, then we invite you to do that. And we appreciate you just tuning in, and just caring about the animals like we all do. So like I said, we're kind of winding up, have a few more things to do. Did you go and need a booty scratch? And that's kind of what I'm all about on Sunday mornings. Karen, sometimes she live streams on Thursdays, and she does sometimes some themed ones. Like the last Thursday, it was a box party. She was explaining what we do with cardboard boxes around here, and she has different themed ones. And I usually just come on Sunday mornings and chat about anything going on and say hi and keep everyone in the loop. So we appreciate you all so much again, and feel free to leave us a comment down below. Thank you for joining us again, Tamra, and we will see y'all next time.